Hey guys, this is Evan the Great from the Villains the Man. I'm here to do a comic book review today over DC Universe Rebirth Nightwing Volume 1. This book is written by Tim Seeley. I can't even read his name correctly. But basically, in this Volume 1, you get the Rebirth story, and you get Better than Batman story arc 1 through 4, and then you get a Raptor story 7 and 8 on the issues. So basically, the first story, which is 1 through 4, Better than Batman, it's all about him kind of infiltrating the Court of Owls and getting in there to bring them down from the inside. And then during this mission, Batman and Batgirl and stuff, they don't like what Nightwing's doing because they feel like he's going to step in too deep and not be able to pull himself out. But as the book progresses, the Court of Owls basically they don't trust Nightwing, but they want to use him, so they team him up with this villain called Raptor. And doing so, they fight each other a couple times. And at the beginning, and basically Raptor's like, "I'm not Batman, I do things right, and I'm here, and I'm your new partner." They do not like each other from the beginning. But as the book progresses, they wind up to get along with each other, and they start working together to bring their missions, do their missions complete, get them done correctly for the Court of Owls. As the story progresses, you find out that there's another organization called Cobra, who basically them and the Court of Owls are both not good corporations or organizations. They don't like each, but they also don't like each other. They're fighting over the same thing. It looks like there's a refugee of like slave. Well, I guess they make people slaves, and then they use something and they turn them into their own warriors of sort, to make them do work for the Court of Owls or the Cobra. And as the story progresses, they go on that mission, and then they wind up going on another mission to where they're going to. And on this mission, they find out that there is a maze with a blueprint on how to take the Court of Owls down. And they also find out that Raptor and Nightwing are on the same page. They both want to take the Court of Owls down. So Nightwing kind of entrusted in him, which Batgirl does not like whatsoever. She said he should not align himself with her. And in one of the issues, she actually shows up looking for him because Dick don't show up on a date, and finds out that Raptor is basically just killed an innocent man to find out the information he needed to get into this other place where they go into a maze type building and wind up getting a blueprint. And in the blueprint, there's this box, I think it's called like Book of Wisdom, and then there's this box of coins, and you can take these coins and you can do stuff with it and find out information. What they don't know is Nightwing winds up getting the coins, and every time the organization uses the coins, Hydra, this is hilarious, Cobra actually finds out the exact same thing, because the coins are like two ways. So whenever you find out something, they find out. You also find out Raptor works for the Cobra, which is crazy. And then when they get done with that mission, then towards the end, Dick goes back to he goes back into the Batcave and meets up with like Bruce and Damian. Tells them that basically tells him that their mission, his mission with Raptor and all the stuff he done. Of course, Bruce don't really like what he did to get as far as he did, and he tells him about it on the balcony, and then it shows the next page, and that's where you find out Raptor is working for Cobra, and then it shows Grayson. He's looking in kind of like into his past of the flying Graysons, and he's trying to figure stuff out. So the first 4 parts, that's all about him working with Raptor, and they find out the blueprint, try to take down the Owls, and in doing so, Batgirl and Batman really don't want Dick to do this because they feel like he's going to step in too deep. But Bruce also told Nightwing that he can do things his way, and he'll just give him whatever supplies and money he needs to do it. And they get into that little argument towards the end, and basically Nightwing's like, "I'll do it my way," you know how he is. Also in this Volume 1. There's a two-part story. It's called The Rise of Raptor, which is awesome. It starts off, it kind of connects to the other story. It starts off with Nightwing. He's back to being Nightwing. It looks like he's back to, and he winds up running into Raptor again. And then Raptor, he tries to fight Raptor. Raptor basically beats the crap out of Nightwing again. And then doing so, he like pushes Dick Grayson through this brick wall, and then he basically knocks him out. And then it cuts, and then it pushes through the brick wall. They get in a fight. They're going back and forth, and so Nightwing's knocked out. And then it goes into a press conference, and Batman's there. Well, Bruce Wayne is there. And then all of a sudden, Raptor shows up out of the crowd and attacks Bruce, hits him with some kind of stuff that makes him pass out, and kidnaps him. And so he's kidnapped. And then it shows Damian, and he's basically yelling at Nightwing. He's like, "What have you done? Bruce is kidnapped. We got to go get him." And then it shows Nightwing holding this piece of paper, and it's like a circus on it. And it's got a guy who I believe is Raptor and his mom. And he tells Damian, no. He's like, Raptor wants me one-on-one, and I know where he's at. So he goes on a mission, and he finds out that where Raptor's got Batman. He shows up to fight him, and he finds out Batman's rigged to this machine, and it's going to once the Wayne Manor gets so many, the stock price goes into the 200s. The machine's going to kill Bruce with a silver spoon. Raptor's whole thing to Bruce is like, you've been trained wrong. You had a silver spoon your whole life, and now you're going to get killed with it. About this time, Nightwing, of course, shows up, beats the crap out of, or attempts to beat the crap out of Raptor. They fight back and forth, and then finally, Nightwing, after getting his butt handed to him a few times after meeting Raptor, he has the upper hand. And during this fight, they kind of have a story while they're fighting, and you find out the relationship between Nightwing's mother and Raptor. Basically, Raptor was in a circus, and it looks like Nightwing's mother has saved him from some type of injury that he's had, and he was supposed to protect her, and Nightwing's like, but she died, and that's what makes you who you are. You failed her, you blame yourself, and it broke you down, and you had nobody to pick you back up. And then Nightwing continues to beat the crap out of him, and he's telling you that you had nobody stopping you from crossing the line. He's like, that's what makes us different. I had Batman, and he trained me, and he taught me how not to cross the line. And he's like, I'm not going to kill you. And he just beats him where he can't. He breaks his arms and leg, I guess, where he can't move, and just lets him lay there on the ground. As Nightwing runs off, and then he saves Batman. Right when he gets there, Batman falls through this hole, and he's got this rope on him. Nightwing jumps in and grabs it and saves him. And then it shows Bruce and Nightwing walking away at the end, and Bruce basically tells Nightwing, he's like, I knew you'd catch me, that's why I fell in on purpose, which is kind of funny. And Nightwing's like, you jumped in? And that's where the story ends. So basically Nightwing finally conquered Raptor. They should have brought him in on. So overall, this Volume 1 is great. For any Nightwing fan that wants to jump on board and test this out, it's a great story. You get to see his origin, but him working as a spy and then doing his own thing, and Batman funded it and told him, hey, you can do your own thing. You can work on what you want to work on. But once Bruce, started finding out everything that was going on, especially when him and Batgirl found out about this Raptor guy, they did not like that. So, in retrospect, he gambled. Nightwing gambled a little bit to get the blueprint to try to bring down the Court of Owls, and in doing so, he met Raptor, who works for Cobra, and Cobra and Court of Owls are two organizations that are not good, but also don't like each other. And Nightwing is still infiltrating, and he gets what he wants out of it, even though he almost crossed the line on many occasions. I can't wait to continue to keep reading these stories. The writer Tim Seeley is pretty good. The art in it is also very good. And some of the variant covers from the individual comics, they look pretty good. And I'm really on board with this Raptor guy. He's really cool that they're bringing in like an espionage story arc with him being from Cobra and also getting mixed in with the Court of Owls, the Nightwing mixed in with the Court of Owls. It's all pretty good stuff. If there was one thing I didn't like about it, it's the volume title is kind of misleading. Better Than Batman, and really it's about what Nightwing is doing. I guess you're trying to say that it's Better Batman, and basically it's just a story of him and out on his own and doing his own thing like he always wanted to do. He wanted to break away from Bruce and be his own soldier, and they kind of show that in this book. So anyway, if you want to get more all the story instead of just the parts I told you, you can pick this volume up at most of your comic book retailers. And remember, guys, if you like this reviews that we do here on The Villain's Demand, remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post stuff on all three of those things we use every day. We have different posts that relate to comic books and D&D and actual live playing, role playing games. And then we do a bunch of different things on our YouTube with superheroes, supervillains, matchups. Any of that stuff sound interesting, y'all, make sure that you like our videos and subscribe to us and let us know what you want to see and what you want to read. We got tons of stuff on there as I speak, so just jump on there and read the volumes of stuff that you're interested in looking at to see if it's any good or not. And remember, guys, this is Evan the Great, and keep reading.